we've got the announcement of some upcoming releases in 2026 that weren't known about previously that I think a lot of us might be pretty excited about on the January 9th edition of Movie News Daily. Let's get into it. We begin Movie News Daily here by taking a look at news about an upcoming horror movie from the Seven screenwriters. So this should be interesting. And we got a picture here. And this is coming out early in the year in 2026. So we'll be able to check this out early on, hopefully here. Now I'm excited about this. Now that I learned about it. It wasn't on my most anticipated list, but it's now one that I am very much anticipating. So let's see here. From Discussing Film on X, new look at Psycho Killer, which is a new serial killer horror film from the Seven screenwriter Andrew Kevin Walker. It follows a police officer who tracks down a killer after her husband, a highway patrolman, becomes one of his victims. This comes out in theaters on February 20th, and here it is on the screen. Wanted to show the screenshot that was shared there from the film as well. So Psycho Killer is the title, coming out February 20th. Definitely gonna have to check this one out. And from there, we may as well stick in the horror genre because we got pretty cool news here from Bloody Disgusting about another upcoming 2026 film that we didn't know about heading into the year, and Return of the Living Dead. It's a brand new sequel to the 1980s zombie comedy classic. It's going to release in November of 2026. Devon Sawa in this thing. So you're telling me Devon Sawa in a Return of the Living Dead film? Bro, I'm gonna have to check this one out as well. I'm excited for this. Set during Christmas in 1985, and it's an 80s setting. Come on. 18 months after the events of the original movie. So a legacy sequel that's, going back and being a period piece, acting as if it's taking place, a year and 6 months after the original Return of the Living Dead film. So that's pretty sweet there. Devon Sawa in this. Shout out to Bloody Disgusting for sharing this one, and looking forward to this one in November of this upcoming year now as well. All right, and then last time we met on Movie News Daily, we talked a little bit about Jackass 5 coming out, another movie that we didn't expect that's coming out this year. But we now know Bam Margera set to appear in it as well, and it looks like it's going to be using a lot of the footage they filmed with him from Jackass Forever by the sounds of it. As you see here from Variety, he signs a deal to appeal in archival footage, not expected to film new stunts. And they say here, while things could change, he's not expected to film any new footage, but it's going to be that never-before-seen archival footage, which is probably what they filmed when he was supposed to appear in the previous movie, like we talked about when we talked about Jackass 5 previously. Releases in theaters on June 26th. And then we've got another upcoming project that might be, of interest to you if you were fans of those live-action Scooby-Doo movies, written and directed by James Gunn, who of course now is running the DCU. Funny enough how things come full circle like that, but being the Matthew Lillard fan that I am, and this sounds like it could end up being like a prequel for those characters, I might have to check this one out as well, because we've got coming, this is shared via the Hollywood handle on X, a Netflix Scooby-Doo live action series that's going to begin filming in April. So I'm guessing we'll expect this probably in 2027, as it's described as a modern reimagining of the show. And I think it could be a prequel to the characters in the films. That's the rumor that I'd heard, hoping that's the route that they go. But either way, live action Scooby-Doo show on Netflix, I'll check it out for sure. We'll look for this probably in 2027, but begins filming this year in April. That news came out just recently as well. And then just lastly, not a lot to cover here as we head into the weekend. We got a little briefer Movie News Daily show here on January 9th before we come back on Monday. But I did want to discuss this one because this was, one of my favorite movies of the year. Spoiler alert for my upcoming top 5 films of the year list. When we get to my end of the year rankings, what I'm going to try and do over the weekend. Also going to try and check out Primate over the weekend, and if I do, I'll hopefully have a review out on the channel on Monday for Primate. But that being said, one of my favorite movies of 2025, Sinners, and Variety is predicting that Sinners might become the most nominated film of all time at the Oscar with up to 15 nominations, which that's big. I'd love to see it set the record for most nominations, but it'd be even bigger if they win, a good majority of those for what they did with Sinners, because I thought it was a phenomenal film, and hopefully it runs away with some of these Oscars once we get to that in March. I'm hoping to see Sinners take home at least some of these, but still a pretty cool achievement if that does end up being the case once the nominations are officially released. But that's all I got today here on January 9th's edition of Movie News Daily. Like I said, not a ton to cover here. As we head into the weekend, we'll ease into it and hopefully come back with a lot of news to talk about on Monday, and perhaps maybe a review for Primate out on Monday as well if I can get a chance to see it over the weekend like I'm hoping to. But really appreciate you guys tuning into this one. Like I said, if you're a fan of movies, especially horror, comedy, and superhero, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's talk some movies together. I'll bring you Movie News Daily every Monday through Friday with additional content talking those genres here on the channel. While you're in here watching this one, it'd help a lot if you hit the thumbs up button before you head out of here. And I'd also love to hear your thoughts, whether it be on any of the subjects covered today on Movie News Daily or anything you got there, movie or show related. Drop it in the comment section. Always appreciate those interactions. They help me continue to grow the channel here on JC's Movies. Appreciate you checking this one out, and I will catch you on the next one.